It's too bad most of his city folks don't get that, just don't get that. Now I want to move on because I was just down at the Secretary of State's building in Los Angeles where I was looking for Cindy Brown, who I had a inside clue that she was going down there bringing her documents of the illegal and kangaroo foreclosure with phony documents, with fraudulent notaries, and she's getting further authentication. Let's roll to that. This was just yesterday. In downtown Los Angeles, we just came down from the 12th floor, and this is what Cindy has to say. And she wasn't the only person up there who had problems with fraudulent notaries. How long were you up there, Cindy?
Well, we've been up here since 9 this morning, but we also were up here Monday pretty early, about 11 o'clock, and didn't get out of here till 3 o'clock because the documents were being examined, where we were finding that there were issues with the jurisdictions of notary seals, including the illegible information inside the document. You're not supposed to cloud any of the wording in a paragraph or in a sentence. You're not supposed to notarize a document outside of your state jurisdiction. And there are other little technicalities inside these documents which they were able to distinguish and to rule out that these are not just defective, but they're void. They're no good.
And they issued you this letter just now.
Yes.
Here's a letter from the Secretary of State's Business Programs Division, just issued today, January 21st, to Cindy Brown. Identifies the deed of trust and the document number. I mean, she just came down from the 12th floor, and this is what they gave her. And what was most interesting is she wasn't alone. She wasn't the only person. So you're going up to the appeals office up there on the 3rd floor?
No, there's nothing there for me. I mean, they've already litigated the case with fraudulent information that was uttered to the courts by the attorneys. So the courts took under presumption, under ultra-vires doctrine, which they shouldn't have done, but they did, and accepted it as true and correct, when in fact an evidential hearing would have shown and proved that they were uttering fraudulent documents to the courts, which is a felony.
Right.
However, they seem to be in some form of a protected class, that they're immune from prosecution or having to answer to criminal activity uttering these false documents.
Gotcha. And Cindy wasn't the only person up there with the same problem. So we've got judges. I talked to Valerie Lopez this morning, and she left me a message that she had been tossed out of her house by the sheriff in violation of several sections of the CCCP. But Cindy's still in her house. She has not vacated her house. But she's still down here documenting the continuing fraud, even after she talked to Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez directly on the cell phone.
Documents.
So now Cindy Brown is asking the Secretary of State to authenticate the documents, which she already knows can't be authenticated because they're issued in fraud.
I'm going to collect on the bonds, the insurance bonds, and the notaries. And then they actually are recording them with the county recorder's offices, who basically have a, how should I say, a light duty of accepting the document for recordation. However, when the homeowners are recording that same document or trying to correct it, they're scrutinizing the actual business document, as in really reading it and fine-tuning it. However, the parties or successors in interest who are filing it in mass loads, and I think you know who I'm talking about, the banks and trustees, fake trustees. They've gotten the notaries to notarize documents that are false. I was able to prove 2 of them up here because they gave rejection letters. They said, can't authenticate the document. I said, why? And they gave the reason. They gave the rejection letter. Prior to that, I had already caught it because I read the hand manual for California, and then I investigated and read the hand manuals for the other states that have jurisdiction on those notary seals. And they have similar requirements, but some of them don't have the sequential journal, or there may be just a little slight rule difference, like South Carolina doesn't permit a notary to notarize anything that has to do with real property unless they're an attorney. And so my question to them was, are these 2 parties on these signatory lines attorneys? Which they're not. So that right away told me you had no authority. They overstepped their authorized duties. So they're investigating. They've already created a police report. Going back to California, is we need surety, take their surety bonds, because there's been a lot of money spent in litigation that's continuing, and it's creating insolvency where we're not getting the true facts into the courts, because it's a battle of money instead of battle of facts.
Yeah, actually, I was going to ask you the link, so that do you guys have claims against the notaries?
That's why we're here today.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, you would need. Okay, so have you filed claims against their bonds?
I haven't filed a claim against my party's bonds. I don't know what they've done. We've got one.
And they recommended after they denied my claim because I didn't get the paperwork into them in time, and they told me to come to the Department of Insurance, and I said, why? They told me to come to the Department of Insurance.
Yeah, because actually, once a claim has been filed and denied, I don't know if they sent you a denial letter with our.
They did.
Yeah, and actually, what the proper thing to do would be to fill out one of our request for assistance forms, and we can intake those and get them to our Claims Services Bureau, and they'll confirm whether it's something we do indeed have jurisdiction over, and then we can, then they can do an investigation of whether basically get the contact, by filing the complaint, then we have your permission to contact the surety, and then get their position and see if there's a way we can help resolve it.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know why they told me to come to the Department of Insurance. Okay.
The notary itself, the actual business of the notary, the notary's misconduct is actually something that our department has no jurisdiction over. You would need to go to their, whoever licenses the notary. Yeah.
Secretary, sir.
But if once you've then followed through and filed a claim, or if you filed a claim with the surety company,
Yes.
against the notary bond or any kind of other liability coverage that the notary might have, and then your claim has either been denied or it's being delayed or no response, then that opens the door. Then you've actually then made an insurance, because surety is a type of line of insurance coverage.
Correct.
Then that opens the door for us to go to the surety. We don't go to the notary because we don't license them, but we would go to the surety, the bonding company, to find out, try to get to the bottom of why they're not honoring the claim.
Okay.
So that's
Perfect.
kind of the process, and
You know
certainly, and this is the correct form to do that.
Okay.
Then, in order for them to get us started, where do they find out?
I'm gonna
where? Okay. See, now that might be what you have to do, find out where the surety bond is. Okay, here's what happened in my situation. I told them, I've been to the Department of Insurance before last year and all that, reporting mortgage bond. you know, and trying to get that situation we have, and I think you guys have me probably all still on record, but the ball gets dropped every time I come here, and nothing has happened. So I did go, after I found out that the notary was filed on my deed of trust, and that it caused me to lose my home. I went after her farm, but because I was in litigations with other things, I didn't have time to get the paperwork to them all. And so she was very patient with me, but she sent my, she denied my claim, but I tried to get her to open it back up, and I'm not getting any calls back. So I even talked to a girl by the name of Maureen from the Merchants, this is the Merchant Bonding Company. So
Oh, no,
they
she
said,
looks
"Come
like
to the
I'm
Department
older."
of Insurance." I said, I think the Department of Insurance isn't going to drop the ball, because now we even got more clarification from the county department, from the Secretary of State. They couldn't even authenticate the trustee's deed upon sale because the handwriting is different. So we already know that. So what will
I
the
trained her
insurance
back
do?
in the day.
That's what
It's
I'm
the
gonna
same.
say. If you get it,
I trained her
you're gonna
back in the day.
contact back the bonding company.
Well, put us for if, you know, you'll submit your complaint.
I trained.
I'm not equipped right at this point to know exactly what they can do with it, but when it goes to, you know, if it's a claims issue, it'll go to our, we can intake it, turn it over to our Claims Services Bureau. They'll review or just to double check that it's something within our jurisdiction, or if somehow they need additional information in order to, you know, to identify the actual, you know, bond or anything like that.
Because they knew it was notary fraud. They knew it was notary fraud. That's why I was telling her. When I called back, I just spoke to their general claims department. I said, that's why I told her, I said, I don't feel like being bounced around from here to there. And I said, how do they know if something has occurred? I said, you already have my story, that it's a notary fraud, and it caused a conversion in my house. A lawful foreclosure, it caused a conversion. The notary is all together fraud. We already know that. Got it verified upstairs. I have all the revocation information and all that. And then I know one thing they asked me, they said, it wasn't from you not paying your debt. I said, no, I didn't owe them anything. This was not even the right party to foreclose. So we don't need to go back through the debt and default stuff, because it isn't. And so I just wanted to know why they referred me to come here to the Department of Insurance. We came to the Department of Insurance for other things regarding the house, and nothing has ever happened. And matter of fact, we don't even know where our claims are. We don't even know what they did.
And then at one time, is Rebecca Bell still up north, where she was handling, she's supposed to be, I don't even know, that could have been a misrepresentation to, when we kept calling this office, they finally sent us up to Sacramento. And she bounced us around forever. So we went to our senator. She was supposed to look into it, the ball got bounced there. So it's just really like these offices are set up just to appease us for a moment, because they know they're not gonna do anything. We need to know, wow, what is your success rate, and if they are actually doing anything for the consumers. Otherwise, we know that this is just an office.
Well, we'll put it this way, if we have your, are you recording us?
Yes.
Okay.
We're doing a documentary on these.
Oh, you are?
stuff, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, actually, if you, you know, I can't look anything up at this point in time, I don't have your names, but the reason the surety company, if they deny a claim, you know, because the bond that is, in order for the insurance company, or for the notary to have their license, they have to have a licensing bond, you know, that will step in if there's, you know, and then it really gets into the legality of what the bond actually covers, and, you know, and all that, how it was written. So, you know, you have to get into the specifics of that. But then that bond issued by a surety company, you know, if, you know, presuming that it was issued here in California, you know, it's something that was issued, you know, in California, we have the authority to review the claims handling practices of the surety as our licensee.
Okay.
So it depends on what thank you. It depends on what aspect of the other, you know, depending on the other things, I'm not certain as to what was asked and what may have been an insurance issue and what may have been a financial services issue or another. So I really can't speak to that, but I can certainly begin the process of, if you've had denied license bond or notary bond claims, to get your request for assistance forms in,
Okay.
and get them to our Claims Services Bureau to get the ball rolling.
Okay.
I can't make any promises because actually to make any promises as to the outcome would require me to, you know, to I don't have the knowledge to all the facts. I'm trying to do the intake process. So it actually would be irresponsible for me to make any promises as to the outcome. But what I can promise is I can get your complaints submitted.
Okay.
That sounds fantastic.
So is this the form, are we filling up?
Yeah,
that form?
yes, the request for assistance.
Now,
still
what
need to do
what
that.
do you need on the back of the, because we have some documents now. Do you need the document with this that we just got from the Secretary of State saying that the paperwork was not authentic?
Actually, any documents that you might have that will, I'll tell you what's very, from my own experience, and looking at things in the past, not these particular issues, but other issues, it's any letters or communications that you receive from the actual bond company are helpful for us to have.
Right, well, yeah, it was that one, you didn't tell the last one. I have this one, and then I have the rejection letter that I thought I brought that one, but I don't have that one.
Yeah,
But-
and also, any other information that you might have that would support that the claim was valid, you certainly are welcome to submit that. I might not be able to tell right away if it's gonna be valuable because it might depend on, so every once in a while, when you're reviewing documents, the information on a document may help fill in a gap or
Right.
help you determine jurisdiction or something like that. So,
Okay.
you're welcome to submit whatever you like.
Okay.
But especially the most helpful things are the actual information from the bond company and any information that you have that substantiates your claim against the bond
Okay.
is helpful.
So, do you guys have a fax number that we can fax it into you as well?
Certainly.
Once I fill out this, and I can fax over the information directly to you?
Yeah, you
so
can fax it
get
to my attention. In
Okay.
fact, my fax, let me go get more of my business cards. I only had one on me. Can I come right back? Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I have one also.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna grab a bunch. I'll be right back.
Okay, now, did you already contact the notary?
I've
Merchant-
contacted one of the notaries who
No,
will.
merchant bonding?
Yeah, she got the thing.
No, she got the form, but did you contact them to put in your claim? Do that, that's real good, that's why they sent me here, but what had happened, you could go online, they have the form to fill out, to go directly to get her notary bond, and then send in additional paperwork, then they're gonna contact you and tell you what they need from you to go after it. See, I was tied up in my cases, so I didn't get a chance to get it
See,
all.
I already contacted, not this one,
They're real nice, I like them.
but I contact L. Martin because she did not turn in her notary book,
Right.
which the lady upstairs at the Secretary of State said she must turn it in once that commission number expires,
Right.
because a new number
It's gonna-
starts. So
Exactly.
her not turning that in is a problem.
Right, right. But-
Whereas we thought it was 10 years. No, it's every 4 years they need to turn that commission book in because it's attached to the documents.
Right, now here's what's gonna happen with merchant bond. They're gonna ask you, when you turn in the information, they're gonna say, did it have anything to do with a debt and a default? Now, that's what they asked me. Was she working under her notary? I gave the fraud, but she needed additional information. That's what I did not get to her because I was so entailed and I got, behind my arrest and all that, I didn't have time to get all that to her. And so she just recently denied my claim and told me to come here to the Department of Insurance. And I've been calling back trying to get them to reopen it and wanted to know why I needed to come here. And so she stated that, come here, and what he just now said, this is why you come back here. So now I have additional information to give them, but they also wanted it on their format. They have a form, so you could call them and tell them to send you the form, or they'll tell you where to go to get it on the email. And then fill it out.
Yes, has
It's a
our
little
fax number
first
on it.
3 pages, and fill it out, and put in your thing now with this insurance bond, and let them know on that offset.
Thank you.
This is not due to a debt and a default. It was a wrongful foreclosure done on your property, and they were complicit to the fraud.
She's been working on our cases
And then,
since 2005.
that's what you need.
Everything got dropped.
And so, and that way, they'll get the going, because you get up to $15,000 on their bond.
Yeah, because it's not a debt and a default. This is a fraud. This is a grand theft.
And you just got it validated through the Secretary of State.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you don't need to prove anything about it being notary fraud. It's notary notary fraud. So
It started at the inception of the documents, and so how could there be a default when at the inception at all times was to steal the property? So they created these counterfeit documents to make it appear that a loan exists, when in fact it doesn't, because we've just invalidated the documents. It's not authentic.
The Attorney General should be investigating these notaries
Shoulda, coulda,
and didn't
woulda,
care.
hasn't done anything.
Would I just be saying this is like a
However, I haven't given up hope, you know.
Yeah, no other notary
because
bond, yes, that's good.
I know sometimes they get inundated with tons of cases, so you can't expect to just run to the front of the line. But
Right, that's
a
why
case
it's
like
good to have
this,
this.
where I've waited almost 10 years, I'm assuming my time is right there. I should be at the front of the line.
Should be at the front of the line by now.
Yeah, so I'm still giving her hope, and they've been fighting since 2005. They should be at the front of the line as well.
What's your name?
I'm Barbara Bratton.
Barbara Ratton?
Bratton, Bratton.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. Since '05.
Yeah, 2005.
Since '05.
What month?
What,
What month did you guys catch yours?
we started working with this, no, in the real estate.
We talk about the real estate only.
No, the real estate, no, 2005 was for our business, but 2008 was when we started working with the mortgage fraud.
Oh, see, I've been following my mortgage fraud since 2005.
No, we followed us then, we knew we didn't start doing anything with it until.
Barbara, why did you think only 15,000 is the max you can collect?
No, on notary fraud, that's all they said. They even indicated it on the record. For the notary frauds, Bob. For the notary fraud, Bob.
Okay.
Against the notary. Yeah, against the notary from merchant bonding. My person was with merchant bonding. Her maximum is, her maximum is 15.
And again, your notary did what?
My notary ordered four seals, 6/11/2011, 7/29/2011, 8/29/2011, and January 12th, somewhere around there, 2012, with the purpose of having her seal passed around so they can get it notarized, for people to forge her name. She knew exactly what she was doing. Based upon that, her notice, her license had been revoked.
Did you approach Camilla Harris?
Oh, she's a joke.
Okay.
Now, wait a minute, now, just to let you know how serious it was. She met her at her car when she was at a town hall meeting. Camilla tried to get in her car and leave. Barbara sat there and told her, this is the notary fraud, we need you to look at all this mortgage fraud. She was trying to brush it off. She planned not to do anything. We feel that she is a part of the problem. We know she's a part of the problem, because there's been
After I talked to
thousands
her,
of
I've been
homeowners that have
arrested.
reported.
You were arrested after you talked to her?
I was arrested
For talking to her?
for doing for mortgage fraud.
Trying to save her home
Trying to
for
save my home
years.
for 40 years. I'm still in court.
And there's nobody running for office that's even talking about this, is there?
No, and you notice when she ran on her last campaign, she never brought up the mortgage fraud.
No.
Or her doing that, or her
Feel
doing
she's a part of the issue.
And I'm disabled.
And you're disabled.
And I was disabled when I was given the fraudulent forgery loan for an income of $5,200, and I didn't make that much. I made $22 a month. But in signature fraud of Alan Shea, trying to run for Pasadena mayor.
What's your name?
Carolyn Rue, R-H-U-E, Carolyn like Carolyn with the H.
Got it here.
You can do it either way.
Like the CFPB. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do it like that, I like that.
yeah,
This was all by design,
I just wanna
right?
make sure you're aware of it.
Well,
That's
I
sometimes
just,
a lot
you
easier.
know what Franklin Delano
Especially if you
Roosevelt said, nothing happens that wasn't made to happen.
Exactly,
There is no such thing as political accidents.
never. They sat at the round table,
There's,
planning on
you
doing
go to
this
the
in the
consumer
first
part and
place.
then go to the file
And
complaint.
that's what
you'll see an
happened with the
online request
presidents
for assistance.
of all the banks. and
Just follow
everything.
the instructions.
So
there.
this was by design. all due
Perfect, thank you,
design.
thank you, thank you.
Here we go.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have the answers for the entire, how everything will go, but I can at least guide you on intake.
Right.
intake in so we can at least consider the appropriate areas of the department can at least consider to see what we might be able to do. So, were you going to submit a?
Well, I have to get in touch with the merchant first. I heard what steps you took.
Okay.
So I'll do that, but my other claims that are pending have been in this office since 2005, and I don't know if you want me to give you the name and everything.
Yeah, if I can have your or if you have a card, or if you can just give me your name and I
Give
can
you the
see.
name and the name of the company, I'll give you all of that. They had it in the system for a while, but it all came to the drop.
Well, people, I think Patrick Campbell, you know, he came out from behind that glass pretty fast once he realized he was being documented on videotape. Before that, Cindy was talking, as you saw in the beginning of that series. He's behind his protected glass. He got this bulletproof glass, and you got to dip any papers under this thing and all this. And, you know, he just really couldn't care less. I'm just here to pretend. All of this, all these public officials are just here to scam you. Not one of them cares about you. Not Lois Capps, not your county supervisors, not one of your county city council. None of them care about you. None of them.